Well, welcome to Movies 1965. It's a short little film because I had to cut most of it out because the film had faded and turned all red. So here we are looking down on Ballycastle Bay. So here we are looking down on Ballycastle Bay. It's the old harbour, the strand in the background, looking out to Fairhead. Here we are back on the strand over at Black Rock. This is the old wooden bridge over the Margie, long since gone. But that's the stone bridge which still exists. And this is the glass island, which is now fully developed. So here we have Hugo and Charlie, my father, crossing the little bridge to the Pan's Rocks. That's more or less still unchanged. Myself going in for a swim. So here's Hugo. I'm going to take a dive into the chilly waters of the Sea of Moyle. Wow. And here we have Anne Hockey in the middle with Rosemary and Mary, Carmel and Colette. Carmel. And there's Daddy in the middle with Carmel and Rosemary. That's looking at Rory and Colette's tummy. She was pregnant at the time. And little mini minor we had. This is Kinban Castle, with the Kinban Castle there, which was a stronghold of the MacDonalds. And this is driving along the coast road towards Ballintoy. The island you can see there is called Sheep Island. This whole road and the area around it is preserved by the National Trust in the north, and so it has remained unspoiled to this day. This is crossing the rope bridge at Carrick-a-Reid. Now it's all fenced in, it's impossible to fall off it in those days, it was a bit dangerous. Looking down on White Park Bay, Rathlin Island in the background. There's Colette looking out to sea. And here we are now in the Giant's Causeway. And we went on a tour around Ireland, myself and Colette, that summer. Most of it I had to cut out because the film was so bad. This beach, I'm not sure where it is. Could be Bray. And here's Auntie Ita. Auntie Ita was my mother's sister, Auntie Ita Carlin, a Loretto nun. She lived in Dalkey at the time, and we used to go visit her very often since we only lived in Black Rock. And that's the convent at Dalkey where she lived. And this is the Roll of Honour of the Children of Mary in the Loretto Order. That's my mother's name, Bridget M. Carlin, Bridie Mary, as she was. I think this might be Tremor. Anyway, we're down to Killarney now, and this is what most of the film looked like, all this reddy colour, so I cut it out, but I left this in just for the Kerry connection. so that you can see what the road was like through the Gap of Dunloe in those days. It was just a little stony path. Now, of course, it's tar-macadammed and cars drive up through it. These are more shots from the Gap of Dunloe. There's Colette down in one of the little streams. Myself having a drink. Sure, we wouldn't do it nowadays because of all the pollution around, but we felt it quite safe to drink out of mountain streams way back in 1965. This is a shot of the lakes of Killarney. More shots of the lakes of Killarney. Oh, don't know why it stopped. Anyway, that's the end. Thank you for watching.